Hi, my name's Liz. I'm known as Elizabeth M. I'm a facialist up here in Edinburgh, and I wanted to talk to you about my menopause journey. 10 years ago, when I was 38, just 2 months after the birth of my second child, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Overnight, I was given drugs that would put me into a chemically induced menopause. So I would no longer be benefiting from the estrogen going around my body. So overnight, I felt like a 90-year-old woman. And I remember not being able to sleep in our marital bed because the mattress felt too hard. And I went to sleep on the sofa instead because it was softer, because all of my joints hurt. The joint pain and the fatigue, and obviously I had just had breast cancer surgery, and I felt that I could cope with my breast cancer diagnosis, but what I couldn't cope with, later on down the line was what sort of immediately, but what I moaned about later on down the line was just the overwhelming sense of fatigue and just like, I just say to my husband, just throw me in the bucket. I'm tired. I'm old. I used to walk around moaning, I'm old. Just throw me in the bucket. And that's a Scottish saying, throw me in the bucket. I suppose the thing that nobody really tells you how bad menopause is. I think a lot of women just get on with it. Nobody really sits you down and says, it's really bloody shit. Everything from overnight, the way that the body burns fat, it reduces by 50%. So there's all this weight gain, even though you're trying really hard to eat healthily. Fatigue, overwhelming fatigue, brain fog, standing in front of someone and forgetting their name, aches and pains. But for me, the hardest thing was what I do perceive as my loss of youth. So getting used to being used to a certain amount of attention and then no longer receiving it. And I know now what my mum used to say when she said, darling, enjoy it while it lasts, because you just become invisible, and your hair, your figure isn't the same in most cases. Hair becomes really brittle and thin and wiry. I was so proud of my long dark hair. I felt it was my crowning glory, and it's just not the same. Dry skin, dry everywhere. Skin losing its elasticity, not bouncing back. And just one day you look in the mirror and you think, I just look like my mother. You don't even recognise the person staring back at you. It can be really quite hard to take. And even if you've got a supportive family, or it's women don't really talk about it. They might kind of moan to each other privately if you're in the same age bracket, but you don't know when you're younger. You have no idea what to expect. Like, the bloom of youth is definitely gone. And for me, I'm 48 now and I'm middle-aged. At 38, it was too young to lose that. And I'd been used to people saying to me that I look young for my age. I always invested a lot of money in skincare. I always had a lot of treatments. But now it's a real battle. And thank God technology has advanced and there's lots of things that I can do, and I throw everything in my arsenal at it, but it's just so much more hard work. You just don't wake up looking, like me. It requires a lot of effort to get skin to bounce back. So I have invested more time into having treatments, amazing treatments like radio frequency combined with brain fog. Radio frequency combined with microneedling is amazing. When you look in the mirror and you think, when did it all start to go wrong? The jowls, the neck, eye lines, Elevenses lines, pigmentation, pores that just stay dilated and everything sort of hangs from the side. Thankfully, I've invested in lots of equipment, and now I find myself targeting the real anti-aging equipment. I want to do it all. I want radio frequency, I want microcurrent, I want IPL, I want laser, I want peels, I want mesotherapy. I want to do it all because I feel like I have to work 3 times as hard. And my confidence has been knocked hugely. But I'm still alive and I'm grateful to be here. If you have any questions or you want to drop me a DM, please let me know. I'm more than happy to share my experience or talk to you more if you have any questions or you're going through a similar sort of thing. Breast cancer is such an emotive subject. I appreciate, I'm really lucky to be alive. But as someone who's always been incredibly vain and pretty confident, it's been really hard looking in the mirror and just seeing your looks, the aging process and the losing of one's looks kind of accelerated, which it feels like almost overnight. And people say to me, oh, you still look good, you still look fine, but it's, how you feel inside. So I'm all about how I feel inside. I do my best to try and keep the menopausal grumpy old woman away. I breathe. I do Wim Hof every morning for 11 minutes. I do meditation to increase my positive energy. I take cold showers. I go to the acupuncturist once a week. Not all the time, in bursts. I might go for a month and then have a break for a couple of weeks and then go back again. I take every supplement under the sun. I make an effort to exercise. I make an effort to stretch because all of these things help. And if I don't take that time to do self-care, that's when the miserable old woman comes in and I'm moaning and everything's a hassle and just don't have the energy. So self-care, radical self-care is really important, and that means trying to shop for clothes that make me feel good, have treatments that make me feel good and look good, and just doing everything I can to keep my confidence high, my energy levels high, so that I can be the best person that I am right now. And I am lucky to be alive. I recognise that. A lot of people don't make it to 48. I think I wished I'd maybe known more about the menopause and how vital it was to really look after yourself, really make sure you're getting in those vitamins, really make sure you're getting in exercise, really make sure you're taking time for you. Because it's really easy if you've got kids and you're still working, you've got a career, you've got a family, you've maybe got aging parents. And as women, we tend to do too much and give And it can all take such a toll that radical self-care is really important. So thought I'd share that with you, and thank you for listening. Bye.